A man whose name is inseparable from the creation of Boputa Tswana, one of the most notorious Bandustans. Was he a visionary leader or merely a puppet of a racist regime? If you're anything like me, you have heard the name before or seen one of these clips.
He performed much better than the ANC.
Unemployment was never as it is now.
Lucas Mangope was born in 1923 near Zeerust, in what is now Northwest Province. He trained as a school teacher and worked in education before entering local tribal leadership, stepping into politics after his father's death. Mangope steadily rose through administrative ranks, becoming chief minister of what was then the autonomous territory of Boputa Tswana in 1972. To understand Mangope, we need to understand Bantustans, artificial homelands created by the apartheid regime to strip black people of citizenship and political rights in white South Africa. No other country recognized these states, and they were widely denounced as a sham. In 1977, Mangope became president when Boputa Tswana was declared independent. Some praise his leadership for economic development, attracting investment and building infrastructure, from schools and hospitals to administrative institutions.
He had to make sure that there is a university for his people. Our university was one of the best. The former minister, Pando, she was teaching at university.
Would you say that your life was better during those days?
Life was better. The unemployment was never as it is now. We had factories.
Yet, his government was also authoritarian, with allegations of mismanagement, corruption, and repression of dissent. Mangope's critics accused him of using force to silence protest and opposition. According to reports, police brutality, detention, and emergency powers were used against demonstrations and political opponents during his rule. The 1988 coup attempt. In 1988, an uprising briefly deposed Mangope when opposition leader Rocky Malebane led a coup. However, the South African Defence Force intervened and reinstated Mangope's government the same day.
Concentrated their attack on the sports stadium where President Mangope was reportedly being held. There were a number of skirmishes as the special units rounded up members of the Boputa Tswana Defence Force, many of whom had been trained by the South African Army. Within little more than an hour, the coup was crushed and President Mangope was released unharmed.
They exercised their right to ask for our assistance. It was rendered. Our personnel went in, and my news is that he is safely in our hands.
As the Defence Force continued its cleaning up operations, Pik Botha and a number of other cabinet ministers left Cape Town for Boputa Tswana to oversee President Mangope's return to power. Having achieved a military victory, the Botha government now having to launch a diplomatic offensive, explaining why it intervened in a state it's always been adamant is in.
As apartheid crumbled and South Africa prepared for its first democratic elections, Mangope refused to participate and tried to keep Boputa Tswana independent. Protests erupted, violence spread, and for the first time Mangope's rule truly faced mass resistance.
And I told them that they have no right whatsoever to remove me. It was the Botswana people who elected me as president, and to show that they were out to loot Boputa Tswana politically. They refused me even to address my people to tell them that they had come to tell me that I would no more be president.
Do you still regard yourself as president of Boputa Tswana?
I am still president of Boputa Tswana. Constitutionally and legally, I am president of Boputa Tswana.
Desperate to maintain control, Mangope even invited far-right militia like the AWB to assist, a decision that backfired spectacularly and further weakened his legitimacy. Finally, the South African government, working with ANC leaders, removed Mangope from office in March 1994, and Boputa Tswana was reincorporated into South Africa. After 1994, Mangope formed the United Christian Democratic Party, a regional political party based mainly in the northwest. The party initially held a few seats in South Africa's parliament, but by 2014 had lost all representation after declining public support and internal conflict. Mangope's legacy is deeply polarizing. Some remember him as a visionary builder, credited with bringing structure and development to his homeland. Others see him as a tool of apartheid, presiding over a regime marked by corruption, repression, and illegitimacy. Lucas Mangope's story is a portrait of a country in transition, of competing visions for power, and of the painful road from segregation toward democracy. Whether you view him as a failing, stubborn autocrat or a leader shaped by impossible circumstances, his impact on South African history, for better or worse, endures. Please do like, share,